Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, YouTube viewers, Facebook viewers, good morning to Instagram viewers, good morning to WhatsApp viewers, and good morning to Parler app viewers. Good morning to everyone. This is a little later on in the day that this is being recorded. Technically, I was supposed to record this tomorrow, but because of there were some comments that came over the channel, and I just wanted to explain my position and what this channel is all about. This channel is all about getting people to individuals, just human beings, just to think in a different way. So this is a forum that is non-political. I welcome anyone who feels any kind of way, and let's talk about the topics, and let's keep things to topics. When it comes to acknowledging the different apps, I'm not aware of those apps until I see the apps pop up on my analytics. So anyone who knows how this works. But my intention is to get people focused, thinking in a different way, and we find different ways to, okay, we're going to go back. We say, okay, well, you have 100 videos up on your, over 100 videos. So now, if, any comment that comes, I welcome them. But leave the comment. Let me acknowledge the comment. Let time and let patience go into effect so that, we can do things in moderation. One thing I won't do is rush. And the viewer was viewing an app that I hadn't fully looked through this app. There's other people who have come onto my channel, and what they've done with my channel is they used it for advertisement. And this goes with the quality, and it goes with the comments that come from outside topic, that this channel is not asking anything from anyone. But what I do want to explain is that everything that I'm posting is found in some of the best-selling novels, some of the best-selling books, some of the best-selling doctors. So, you're not getting something that just, being thrown out there. You're getting a composition of a lot of different philosophies from a lot of different philosophers. And one thing that I don't do that you're seeing a lot of people on YouTube do is they'll write a book. So I can do that. I have over 100 videos. I've got over 100 people following, but it's the message. It all boils down to the message. And what's crazy, it goes back to another video that I did on Jesus, where he created everything according to religion. He created, things with his Father. But when he got to earth, everything cost. He's like, wait a minute, I created all this stuff. Why am I paying for it? So, let's keep this, let's keep this going. Let's keep with topic, and hear the message. So if you're hearing a message, but there's something that's coming from the outside that has nothing to do with the message, but has something to do with what, a suggestion, then suggest. So I welcome it, and I left a longer statement on the comment on my last video. But this is part 2 right here. This is part 2 to what every man should know about a woman. So we're going to get into it. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to shave up and do what I needed to do, because when I got back from my morning workout, I did not expect, what I expected. And also thank you, because I do have a new subscriber, and thank you, Nico, for, subscribing to the channel. I've never had the opportunity to meet you, and, pretty much I look forward to providing you as well with, some quality content that, you can use in your life. So remember, there's no specific stance with this channel. There's none, not religious, not political, not social. So we welcome all, because we're all a part of the human race, and I'm staying true to what it is that I'm teaching. So now, the woman. Women of today, they're complex. Women of today are not the women of yesterday. Women of today are not the women of the future. Women of today are complex. Just like us men, complex. We're all screwed up right now. Everyone on this earth right now is screwed up. Not just here in this country, all over the world. Going through the same things. Okay? But that's no fault of the woman of this complex confusion that they're going through. Because it was a direct result of us men. We caused this. So when we look at, the female line, you're going to find out how this applies to the woman that you see today. And as men, we have to own up to this. But, the way we change this is not the discussion and dialogue with a female. It's to change ourselves, just like it's up to the female to change themselves. All these things are done by the individual. And this is, again, what this channel preaches. We look at ourselves and what our responsibility is to life. And that's where change begins. So, a woman has to adapt to her surroundings. Remember, she's fragile. She knows that she's vulnerable. She has to adapt. And it's from that stuff that us men have done and sexualizing these women and not making them sort of that equal. It was almost like a give and take and a tug and a tug. So, today's women, we cannot be sitting there, scratching our heads because things don't work out when it comes to dealing with women. We shouldn't be scratching our head because we never stepped up in the past to bring our women with us. So what they did is the same thing as the female lioness. They used their intelligence. They used their vulnerabilities. They used their strength to the fullest. And now you have a man-eater. You don't have a woman no more. You got the man-eater. We have the man-eater because we brought the man-eater out of these women. But we can also change this. And, I'm going to explain this also. So a woman she's taking advantage of her strengths and her vulnerabilities. And a lot of that is by putting us men, into our emotions, taking away from pushing what they had strength in, put on us. Because what better weapon to use if I give you the weapon that I made for you? Who has the advantage? So I respect you women. I respect your mindset because I understand you. And that comes with knowing yourself. And that doesn't happen overnight. It happens with changing everything within you. And it changes and all those answers come. And you see life in a different way. So they have to use every situation to their advantage. I love that part. I respect that part of the woman. I respect that. So but for men, no matter how dominant or how feminine a woman is, one thing that a woman craves is submission. And this is where you get the controversy. Because a woman will sit back and say, no, that's not true, that we need love. A true woman will sit back and say, yes, it is. Yes, it is. I want to submit to my man. Because if I'm submitting to this man, I am fully like the lioness. She's fully, loyally devoted because she knows that protection is there forever. That's the woman's comfort zone. And that comes with submission. So men sit back and say, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. But what are you doing to make this submission? Even in relationships, you don't have to, most people in relationships today, they argue. And I'm going to explain that too. And how that does it. You can do away with all of these things. It's simple, but it all begins with us men. It begins with you as an individual changing you. All right. At the end of the day, if you ask a woman what is the first quality she looks for in a man, and they say that I want a man that's going to make me feel safe and secure. You know what I'm saying? So later for that love thing, guys sitting back saying, oh, if I love her. No. What are you doing? How can you show a woman that you can make her safe and secure? So, and if a woman is dealing with you on looks, it definitely will not last. And if a woman is dealing with you on money, it definitely won't last either. And that goes for not only relationships, it goes for friendships, social, all that. So, and that's not by them, it's by you. You use the wrong approach, you use the wrong things to get what you have already in yourself. Instead of saying, look at me, you say, look at what I have. If you show me what you have, if a man shows another man what he has, especially if he's handing out money, what do you think? It doesn't matter who it is. It does not matter. Think about what it is we're doing. So, the number two concern is for a female is, her offspring, her children. What type of person are you going to be? So, this is why a woman is selective in what it is that they do. So guys, know what it is, know what we're getting into, by knowing ourselves. And I'm going to explain that also. The family dynamic they consider as important, where today it's most people, male and female, where do you work, how much you make, what's your social status, and can they see themselves sleeping with you? A lot of guys don't think about that. It's not, guys be like, oh, if I got the right game. No, woman already sitting back before you even step foot to a woman. A woman has already determined if she can see herself sleeping with you, or whatever the type of relationship that this woman wants with you. She already knows that because she's hypersensitive. Remember, women can't change their nature, and by understanding this nature, you understand yourself and how to proceed in relationships with the woman. And that's why I say all people step back. I'm an example of it. I had to step back in order to turn around and go forward. So, and for me, it's working. It's working for me because I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm peaceful with myself, and I know who I am today. So, it doesn't matter. A woman always will use her skills to the full. And she has to. Just like the feline, she has to use her skills because it's all they have. They have to survive. They have to seek out the strongest suitor for themselves. At the end of the day, because a woman will always test a man's strength, always, it's by her nature, number one. And it's not out of spite. So men, you got to get away from that. Now, there is spite because that's a narcissist. And that's what I'm going to explain in another video. But I'll also give you a little short description of what a type of person this is, because it can be male or female. And that's a whole different beast. That's beyond a man-eater. These people will destroy you. They feel nothing. So back to the positive women, because this is the type of women that we want. We want positive women because we're positive men. All right? So submission is a desire. A lot of men don't realize that. Submission is a desire. People think that, it's the game and all this. No, submission is far stronger. Submission is stronger, and excuse the language, ladies who are watching this, but submission to a woman is stronger than an orgasm. Stronger, far stronger. If a woman submit, a woman will melt. It does not matter if it's a physical thing, and you could be at a distance. And if you get the submission, they will melt on themselves. And then, it's just the way that it is, because strength is something that is attractive. It's very, very attractive, but it's the right strength. So this is what we as men, we're going to discuss this today. But first, we need to learn about the nature. All right? So another example of that is, there's not a person that's watching this video that hasn't heard of, been involved, whether male or female, been in a conversation where the person says, yo, the person is doing you so bad. Why do you stay with the person? They're bad for you. What's the first thing that come out of their mouth? I love him. I love her. I love her. I love him. That's the first thing. And they're being treated badly. It's not love, it's submission. That person, that man, for whatever reason, that man or that woman makes you submit. And that's a drug. And that's a powerful weapon. So we're going to learn about all this stuff. So submission is a feeling that all women love and they hate it. So don't think that's where that shift comes in, where you can be submissive, but that's where that test will come in, because they have to test you. They can't stay one side too long. So this is the balance. This is the balance that they use. Again, control, submission. This is the balance that are the laws of attraction. So now I'm going to describe the good woman. What a good woman is. A good woman is patient. She's authentic. She's willing to take things slowly because she wants you to know her as well as she wants to know you. Think about that one. You would have thought that, oh, she wants to get to know you. No. Women will allow you to get to know them because they give you the opportunity to say, hey, I'm a washing machine. Say I'm a washing machine. And you say, well, hey, I'm a tool bag. I got anything that, in my tool bag, and I can fix you if ever you break down. I can fix you, washing machine. All right? That's the balance that they look for. Because, if you notice, the tool bag is the one that's saying to the washer, hey, I can fix you. I like you. I want to sit there, be around you. But if something goes wrong, I can fix you. That's the submission. Okay, that's that submission, and that's that balance that goes. So most of us, we don't even use those things. We look for women. Again, I'm gonna give you a different point, a different view of it. A woman who drinks coffee, and everything about her is coffee, and she goes to coffee shops, and coffee's in the house. She's got all these different expensive type coffees in the house, but you're allergic to them. Think about that. You're allergic to coffee. How long do you think you're going to be around that coffee? You're going to break out every time. You're going to feel like you're comfortable, but then you're going to break out, and it's just not going to work. So this is that balance. So this is where this falls on you. Just because a pretty woman sits there and tells you, hey, okay, what's up? Let's, you want to talk, or you want to date. Think about it. You're not even looking at from the inside out. You're looking from the outside in. And what if on the inside of that is dark? So, this is where we wake up, because you can't blame a woman for hurting you if you are lost in your feelings. If you are on that emotional roller coaster, you're a man. I went through it, so I'm not susceptible to sit here to say that, I'm better. No, I had to go through all that. I had to go through the heartache. I had to go through the pain to get to be where I am. But one thing I won't do is turn back. So now, if a woman is there, you got to show me that you good for me. I know who I am. You show me if you're good for me. And that goes for a relationship, goes for friendship, it goes for family, it goes for friends, it goes for everyone. Because I'm authentic, and I know it. And I only want people who are authentic around me. And this is what we need to be, because this is where change begins. Not just in social interaction, but it's world change. So everything that you find in my videos are more directed to world change, but changing you. And by changing you, the world around us changes, because we're all changing. Okay, so now I'm going to describe we just described the good woman, patient, authentic. Okay, so an average woman, and this is the ones that we're seeing. You have relationships, which is the average woman. These aren't looks; these are qualities of a woman: good, authentic, average, and what a bad woman is. So an average woman will do the same thing as a good woman. The difference is you will constantly be tested. So where the lioness only will test you maybe once every 3 months, you go through these tests. With the average woman, you go through them maybe once a week, or maybe twice a week. So that's the difference. And then a bad woman also possesses the same qualities as a good woman. However, the difference is between the first and second is they are incapable of love. They're incapable of happiness. They're incapable of loyalty. They're wounded. So guys, when you meet a woman who says that, hey, I'm wounded, or I just came out of a bad relationship, or a victim mentality, you need to avoid this person, because you are not a doctor. You cannot help this person. Also, since over 90% of the population in this world lies, you don't even know if the person's telling you the truth. So, this is where you step back. So you have to stop blaming women for what it is that we're going through. And guys, we got to step back and look at our role in this. And when I do the opposite for women, what woman should know about a man. I'm going to say the same things to you as I'm saying to them. I'm going to tell them the same thing. Say the same thing, I should say. I'm not telling anyone anything. So, you know, the difference between a good woman, average woman, and a bad woman is a good woman is confident. She's confident. She doesn't, she knows that there's 50-50. That's the balance. And those are the ones who get it. And that only makes up 200% or 20% of the population, of the world population, who actually really, really get it. And these are the people who say, oh, wow, you know, they've been together ever since high school. And here we are. I'm great. And I have a friend. And I always tell people, and I never tell people, you know, I never told him that I use him when I talk about, you know, what real love is, because I remember when him and his girlfriend met when we were young, and they're still together now. But the thing is, I know it's my best friend who thinks that I'm talking about him. No, his relationship is good like that, but this guy, his relationship is far different. I mean, that same love, I mean, that like childlike love, they still have it now today. And that, to me, those are the things that we want. But again, when I asked them about why they've been together so long and how they were able to, you know, talk things out and not, you know, be argumentative and have that love bond like they have it, it's because that's the balance. She acknowledges that he's his balance, and he acknowledges that they're, and so they're balanced. You know, so if they come home from a hard day's work and, you know, they're giving her a hard time and he's had a hard time on his job, most people today come home and it's an argument. But for them, when they come home, it's like arm in arm and can't wait to hold one another, to say, hey, give me some strength so we can get through this, so we can go back out there tomorrow and make it, you know, get through another day. There's a big difference. So guys, it all comes with changing your mindset. So now, that's the confidence of a good woman. Now, an average woman, as I said, an average woman has insecurities. Even though they're good women, very, very good women. You know, they are. And they're loyal, and they have all the good qualities. But there's an insecurity in them that makes them test you more. And that's the ones where the guys say, you know what, you know, I just had to get out for a little while. You know, she's a real B. You know, but you've been married for a long time, or you've been in a relationship for a long time. So now, you know, that balance is, you know, you're happy, but you're not happy. You're happy, but you're not happy. But that's insecurity. That has nothing to do with being a confident woman, just like a confident man. So there's a difference in the two. Now, for a bad woman, what most people meet, the wounded woman, a wounded woman is a woman to avoid, because the wounded woman wears a mask. Because a wounded woman who's a victim of something, a victim who won't only give you their side of a story. And then once you latch on to that story, and then as time goes on, you know, things get worse and worse. You cannot help somebody who does not want to help themselves. And if somebody who is wounded is running into the arms of somebody who is not wounded, only thing that's going to happen is they're going to wound you. And you know what? This is what guys do. You know, guys do this a lot more than the females do. You know, but they do it to everybody and anyone. It doesn't matter. You know, they'll do it to a friend. They'll do it in relationships. So, you know, but back to the women. They're mostly known as being narcissists. And like I said, what a narcissist is a narcissist is a person who has no empathy. That, you know, it doesn't matter how you feel. And the way you find who a narcissist or someone who has narcissistic tendencies in them is to say the word no. That's kryptonite to a narcissist. If you deny a narcissist something, and if it's happening in your relationship, then you have one in your life. You have one. Whenever you say no, you get something. So remember, and narcissists, if you don't know anything about them, look them up, because they're some of the biggest cheaters in the world. And, you know, like I said, I've dated narcissists. So I know it to be true, that they, you know, they make you feel like you know, you're like the worst person on earth, while they're out there, you know, every little chance they get, they're on the phone with someone, or they're texting someone, or they're, you know, planning to go here where you think they're going one place but going another. You know, these are bad people. And, you know, these make up probably like maybe 70% of the single women that are out there right now. And again, narcissists, I don't blame you for being this way, because I don't know what brought people like that into, you know, being who they are. But one thing that I won't do is forgive you or allow yourself to, you know, get some kind of sympathy from me, you know. And others, you guys out there, you know, you should feel the same. If a woman tells you she's wounded, get the hell out of Dodge. Anytime you stay, you're staying because you like that pain. So for me, I don't let people come around me, especially my friends who are guys, and give me that female pain that they're feeling. I'm like, yo, you crying more than she is. You know what I'm saying? She out there doing her thing. You over here, you think about that. So now you understand how the female used that vulnerability, push that onto the man. Now us, you know, the guys out here are in that mindset, and look at who's taking advantage of it. And they said it, women rule the world. And what do those spandex stand for? Power. What them spandex stand for? Power. Remember that show, Married with Children? Everybody said, oh, Peg, she looks like a tramp. You know, Peg, she looks like a tramp. Everybody's wearing them now. Why? Because Peg had some power. You know what I'm saying? So she had power. She used the power to her advantage. So what I'm saying to everybody, those are the natures that go with the woman. You know, you have to be in balance with that nature. So for every woman in which you encounter, every one woman in which you encounter, there are only three things to expect, which I just pointed out: a good, a bad, and good, average, and bad. So now it's up to you to know the woman in front of you, because out of the three types of women, you should always be aware of yourself and your balance, because all three types of women can be happy. All three, even a narcissist, can be a happy person if they find the right person for that balance. So the way you know this is to always know what your needs, what your wants are, your expectations, but also to know yourself, because you have to know what you're willing to give. And for any man that is any type of relationship with a female, if it is not 50-50, then cut that person off, because the only thing they can do is take. And that should be your guideline, even dealing with male friends. If you're not getting a 50-50, if that's your friend and you're not, that 50-50 friendship is not there, leave that friendship, because the world, time is too short. You know, we got all the time in the world because we can't go anywhere, but time is too short. So, you know, with this, guys, you know, I hope I addressed everything, and I'm going to give 2 days, so it's going to be actually 2 more days before I release what every woman should know about a man. So, you know, thank everyone for you know, hearing me out. Thank everyone for, you know, tuning into the channel. And click like, subscribe. And with that, everyone, have an awesome day. Peace and blessings.
Oh.